For making the onion rings, first step is to take a pan and add 1 tablespoon of peppercorns and dry roast them over a slow flame and grind them coarsely. Don't make a fine powder, just grind coarsely and keep aside. And in the same pan, add 4 dry red chilies and roast them and grind them over a slow flame and keep aside. They should be like chili flakes. Don't grind them very finely. Keep them aside. Now take 2 medium-sized onion, wash them well and cut them into discs like this. Let the discs be a little thicker. Don't make them very thin, because when you make thin slices they will get broken while frying. So make thick slices like this and separate the rings from each disc. Do it very slowly. This way. Remove the rings from the disc, and the remaining pieces can be used in your gravies or in other dishes. You don't have to discard them. Now the rings are ready. Keep them aside. Now take a mixing bowl and add 1 cup of maida or all-purpose flour. Now coat the onion rings with the flour. We are doing this because the onion has water content in it, and this method will absorb the excess water so that the rings don't get soggy while frying. That is why we are doing this. Now coat it well and dust off the excess flour. Now the flour coated onion rings are now ready. Keep them aside. Now in the same bowl, add half a cup of corn flour and 2 tablespoons of rice flour. This will give good crispiness. Roasted and ground pepper 1 teaspoon and roasted and ground red chili flakes half a teaspoon. Kashmiri red chili powder half a teaspoon. This is to give good color. And garlic powder 1 teaspoon. If you don't have garlic powder, you can replace it with 1 teaspoon of garlic paste also. This will add good flavor. That is the reason we are adding. And the required amount of salt I have added 1 teaspoon. Mix thoroughly, mix it very well so that the dry powder gets mixed up well. Now to this add ice cold water gradually and make the batter. Now I'll tell you why we add ice cold water. Adding ice cold water and mixing the batter gradually using your palm slows down the release of a substance called as gluten from the maida. And that is why we are doing this. And so when we fry the onion rings with this cold batter, we get crispier rings, and also the crispiness stays for a long time. And one more advantage is like when the cold water gets in contact with the hot oil, it absorbs less oil also. That's because of the difference in temperature. And never use any beater to mix the batter. Use only your palm and mix very slowly. Because when we add room temperature water to the maida and mix heavily using a beater, the gluten gets released fast from the maida and it will make the rings too soggy. So this should be the consistency. It should be thinner than the bhaji batter. Now these are the panko breadcrumbs. These are the Japanese breadcrumbs, and they are made without the crust, and they are much more drier and flakier than the regular breadcrumbs. Now since they are long and flakier, they absorb less oil. If you don't have panko breadcrumbs, it's okay. You can use the regular breadcrumbs also. You just have a look at the texture. So long and dry. Now take the flour coated ring, dip it into the batter this way and coat it well, and remove it using a fork like this, and place it over the plate of breadcrumbs and cover the ring entirely with the breadcrumbs. And you must shake off the excess crumbs and keep it aside. This is to ensure that the crumbs don't get into the oil while frying. That is why we shake it off, the excess, we shake off. And repeat the process with the other rings also the same way. By using your fork, you can see your hands remain clean and the batter doesn't drip too much into the breadcrumbs. And just have a look at the flaky texture. This is because of the panko breadcrumbs. This has a unique texture. Now the rings are ready to be fried. If you don't wish to fry all the rings in one day, you can put them in a Ziploc pouch or in an airtight container, and you can store them in the freezer and fry them whenever you want to. You can store them even for a month in the freezer. Now take oil in a wok for deep frying. Drop the rings one by one into the oil and fry over a medium flame. The oil should not be too hot while you drop the rings. It should be medium hot, else the rings will turn deep brown outside and will remain uncooked inside. Now you can see this is the perfect texture and color. How beautiful it is, the rings are. We can fry the next batch. Put them in batches, don't crowd everything together. If the oil is not heated properly, you will not get crispier rings and they will absorb more oil and get soggy. So maintaining the temperature of the oil is important. Now yummy rings are ready. Just put them over a absorbent paper. Now we can start munching on the crunchies. Now let's start making the dip. For this, take a bowl and add half a cup of eggless mayonnaise and 1 tablespoon of table butter, which is at room temperature. Roasted and ground red chili flakes 1/8 teaspoon. Roasted and ground pepper 1/8 teaspoon. Garlic powder 1/8 teaspoon. Salt a pinch. Mixed herbs 1/8 teaspoon. Sugar 1/4 teaspoon. Mix well. Now the dip is ready. Will go well with the onion rings. Thank you for watching the video. Please try this recipe and write your valuable feedback in the comments box. For the mutton chapli kebab, take 500 grams of minced mutton. Wash it thoroughly and squeeze out the extra water this way so that the kebabs don't get broken and scattered in the oil while frying. Keep it aside and let's see the ingredients to roast and grind. Black peppercorns 1 teaspoon, ajwain or caraway seeds 1/4 teaspoon, shajira or black cumin 1/2 teaspoon, and this is dry ground pomegranate seeds or anadana 1 tablespoon, a very important ingredient, so please don't miss it. Cumin seeds 1/2 teaspoon, coriander seeds 1 tablespoon, and dry red chilies 3 numbers. Let's see the ingredients for wet grinding. Now ginger 50 grams and garlic 50 grams and green chilies 20 grams, 2 numbers I had taken. 150 grams of finely chopped onion. Mix it with 1/2 teaspoon of salt so that the water gets separated from the onions, which will make the kebabs intact and they don't tear apart. And that is the reason we are doing this. And tomato, I have taken 1 tomato weighing 100 grams. Scoop out the seeds and the soft and fleshy portion from it, as the water content in them may loosen the kebab dough. That is the reason we are removing this. Now finely chop them and keep them aside. Now take a pan and dry roast all the ingredients to roast and grind. Do it over a slow flame. Now once it is done, cool them in room temperature and grind them without adding water and make it a coarse powder. You can see the powder is not very fine. This coarse powder. Grind it this way and keep it aside. Now let's grind the ginger, garlic and chilies, green chilies, adding little water, just 1/2 teaspoon or 1 teaspoon of water will do. Now keep it aside. Now squeeze out the excess water from the onion because we had already mixed some salt, so the water has been separated. Just squeeze out and discard the water and keep this onion aside. This is golden corn flour. This the color of it will be yellow and it will be gritty in texture and it wouldn't be a fine powder. I had bought it from Amazon. Now keep it aside. Now spread 1/2 teaspoon of ghee on a big plate And you can see my palms are clean and nails are also clean. Now spread it nicely. It just acts as a lubricant. Very little ghee should be added, and knead the mince meat just like the way I am doing. Before that, add half a teaspoon of salt to it and knead it just like the way I am doing, so that you get very smooth kebab. But don't over knead it, because if you over knead, then the kebab will turn very rough. And this is 1/3 cup cornmeal powder, the yellow cornmeal powder. This yellow cornmeal powder, gives a unique taste and flavor to this kebab. So never replace it with the regular white corn flour or, gram flour or wheat flour. So this is an important ingredient. Add little by little and knead just the way I am doing. Now add the ground masalas, onion and 1 teaspoon of salt to this, and knead it thoroughly so that the ingredients get well incorporated into the minced mutton. And these chopped tomatoes should be added only at the time of frying the kebab. So don't add them now, as it may loosen the dough. Now marinate in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours. The more the marination, the more the taste. Now after 4 hours of refrigeration, the kebabs are ready to be fried. Now you can add the chopped tomatoes and add 2 teaspoons of golden corn flour. We had already added some before. Never add too much of the flour, otherwise the kebabs will get harder and lose the good texture. Now beat an egg and add it to the meat mixture. Never overbeat the egg. Just fry one kebab to check for consistency. If it gets broken in the oil, beat another egg and add half of it to the meat mixture and fry them. Don't keep on adding the flour, otherwise the texture of the the kebabs will become too hard. Now dip your palm in cold water and make balls, and flatten them like this and place them on a plate. It should be smooth, avoid air cracks. Now take oil for deep frying, and once the oil gets heated, place the kebabs one by one and fry over a slow to medium flame. Don't fry over a high flame, and flip the kebabs to the other side. Twice or thrice you need to flip so that they get evenly fried and cooked. Now they are ready. You can remove the excess oil. And you can also use an absorbent paper to remove the excess oil. You can see the kebabs are super good, are super soft and delicious. Chapli kebabs are ready to be served. Serve hot. They've been perfectly fried both outside and inside. You can just see the texture. I'll just show you. You will definitely love these kebabs. Please try them at home and let me know the feedback. And if you like this recipe, please hit a like, subscribe to my channel and share this recipe with your nears and dears. For making the chicken stuffing, take a pan and add 2 tablespoons of butter. I have used salted butter. Once it gets heated, add 1/4 cup of minced onion and saute the onion until it gets golden brown in color. And to this, add 1 green chili chopped once, 1 big size I had taken, and cook over a slow flame. Now to this, add 1 tablespoon of coarsely ground pepper powder and 1 tablespoon of red chili flakes and 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Reduce the flame and cook over a very slow flame. After that, add 500 grams of minced chicken and cook till the chicken gets cooked well. Never add water at all. The water present in the chicken is more than enough for it to get cooked well. Now cover it with a lid and cook until it gets completely done. Mix on and off. And now to this, add half a cup of chopped capsicum and cook until it gets 3/4 cooked, and followed by 1 cup of boiled sweet corn kernels. To this add 1 teaspoon of salt. I did not add salt while boiling sweet corn. Now the chicken stuffing is ready. Let it attain the room temperature. Now the stuffing has attained its room temperature. Now add 4 cubes of grated processed cheese. I have used Amul processed cheese. I have grated it well. 4 cubes I have taken. If you want to add extra also you can add. Mix thoroughly. Now the cheesy chicken stuffing is ready. Keep it aside. Now let's prepare the glue for it. Take a bowl and add 3 tablespoons of maida and add water gradually and mix thoroughly. Mix so well that there are no lumps at all. Bring it to a thick paste consistency. Don't add too much of water and make it dilute. Now the glue is ready. Keep it aside. These are ready-made samosa patties. If you want to know how to make these patties at home, please watch my mutton samosa video. I have given the link of the video in the description box. You can refer. Now take a sheet and place it on a flat surface and brush the center of the sheet with the glue that we have prepared like this way. Brush it right at the center and stick the other sheet over it exactly at the center. Now spread the prepared stuffing at the center and fold one side like the way I am doing. Now brush the glue on top of it and fold the other side this way. And again brush it with some glue and fold the opposite side now. And again brush it with some glue and fold it this way. And this is it. It's so easy. The folding is too easy. Now the chicken stuffed patty is ready. Keep it aside and make the rest of them the same way. Now take oil for deep frying, and once the oil gets heated, drop the box patties one by one and fry over a medium flame till they turn golden brown in color. Keep flipping them on and off to make them get fried evenly on both sides. Now they are done. Place them over an absorbent paper to remove the excess oil. Now our super crunchy, cheesy and delectable chicken box patties are ready to be served. Serve hot. For making the stuffing, take a pan and add 1/8 cup plus 1 tablespoon of oil. Once the oil gets heated, add 1/4 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds or methi, followed by 1/2 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Once they splutter, add 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Once you add the turmeric powder, completely simmer the stove, otherwise it will get burnt. Now add 1 tablespoon of chili powder, and once you add the chili powder, just fry for 5 seconds, otherwise the chili powder will turn black and cause bitterness. Now add boiled and mashed potatoes, 500 grams. Mix thoroughly over a slow flame. Now to this add 200 grams of boiled green peas and 1 teaspoon of salt. I did not add salt while boiling potatoes and peas, so I'm adding 1 teaspoon, so you can check on the salt as per your taste. Now to this add chopped coriander leaves and mix thoroughly. In this recipe we're not adding any onion or tomatoes or anything. This is such a simple recipe. Cover it and cook over a medium flame for about 3 to 5 minutes so that the raw smell of the masalas goes away. This should be done over a slow flame or a medium flame. Now the stuffing is ready. We can go ahead with the next step. Now I have taken white bread slices. You can also use brown bread or anything. Now cut the edges. You can use these edges for making bread crumbs. You don't have to discard the edges. Roll them with a rolling pin as thin as possible. Do it the way I am doing and do it gently also. Now place the stuffing at the center. like this way, and dip your finger in water and apply few drops of water at the edges. Fold the rolled bread this way to bring it to triangle shape. The water that we have applied will seal the edges very well. Now it's ready. Keep it aside and stuff the other bread slices the same way. Take a mixing bowl and add 1/3 cup of maida followed by 1/3 cup of corn flour. Equal quantities of both should be taken, whatever quantity you are making, and add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and mix thoroughly. And add water gradually. I have taken about 3/4 cup of water. See that there are no lumps, so mix them using a whisk. Add water very slowly. You should get a dilute and thin consistency because this is a slurry. It should not be thick. You can see the consistency. Now the slurry is ready. We can go ahead with the next step. Take a stuffed bread and dip it in the slurry and coat it with the panko breadcrumbs. If you don't have panko breadcrumbs, you can use the regular breadcrumbs also, because these panko breadcrumbs have a unique texture, and after you fry, the look of it will be very good. Now it's ready. At this stage, you can right away fry these in hot oil, or you can store them in airtight containers in the freezer for 2 weeks and fry them as and when you want to. Now heat oil in a kadai, and once it gets heated well, drop the bread pieces one by one and fry them over a slow to medium flame. Don't fry over a high flame. So do it over a medium flame and flip on and off till they get the golden brown color. You have to fry. Now they are ready. You can remove them from the oil and you can drain them with the kitchen tissues to get rid of that excess oil. Now they are done, completely done. You can see they've been perfectly fried to golden brown and the texture looks too fabulous, and not much efforts needed, to make this delicious snack. Friends, this recipe is worth trying. I'm pretty much sure your family will love the taste of this crunchy and yummylicious snack. So please try this and let me know the feedback. Friends, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you liked all the 4 recipes. Please support my channel by subscribing to it and sharing this video with your family and friends. Have a blessed Ramzan. Meet you all in my next upload. Until then, this is Sana signing off with lots of love.